welcome to Season 3, Episode 14 of Pro Wrestling's Top 50. I'm your host, Travis McNeil, and today we continue our countdown of the top 50 matches in ECW history with match number 37 on our list, which is the ECW World Heavyweight Championship match between the champion Raven and the challenger Terry Bam Bam Gordy from the Hardcore Heaven 1996 event held on June the 22nd of 1996. This entire package is one of my favorite ECW segments ever. I love it so much. I think it's perfect. There is so much going on with it, so many moving pieces. The crowd is electric, and it sums up everything that makes ECW great to me. The reason why it's only number 37 on our list is if I look at it strictly from a match perspective, although I also love this match, hence its inclusion, it is short, it's one-sided, and it's not as well developed as, some of the matches that you're going to continue to see on this list. So as a match, which is what this list is, the top 50 matches in ECW history, it is, lower on that top 50, although still more than deserving of its spot. But if you look at it from an overall perspective of, the post-match and everything else going on, it would be very near the top for me. So 1996, Raven is the ECW World Heavyweight Champion. He is the ultimate scumbag. He's embroiled in feuds, both simultaneously with Tommy Dreamer, that feud never seems like it's going away, as well as the Sandman. But as the World Heavyweight Champion, he is, defending his title here against a mystery opponent, which would be Terry Gordy. The crowd gives Gordy a great response when he comes in, Freebird plays. And again, that's the importance of watching these old ECW matches with the original music if you can. Because just hearing Freebird with Gordy coming out, it makes it all great. Terry Gordy, of course, was a member of the Fabulous Freebirds. He had an incredible run in All Japan Pro Wrestling. Him and Dr. Death Steve Williams were the Miracle Violence connection. They had a run in WCW in 1992. Unfortunately, Terry Gordy suffered some health complications following a drug overdose, and his career would never really be the same as it was at its peak, and it's a shame because he was peak level in Japan. You need to watch some of his stuff if you're unfamiliar with Terry Bam Bam Gordy. So 1996, this is when Gordy's kind of past his prime, but it's ECW. And if nothing, they can make these old legendary wrestlers in this environment seem larger than life and unbelievable, much like they did with Terry Funk. Terry Gordy is just a god in this match, and the crowd loves him. And Raven, to his credit, Raven is the top heel in the company at this time. He gives everything to Gordy. Terry immediately throws him to the floor. They start brawling through the floor. Raven hits a blade job just off punches. They fight all over the place, and Raven is so good in this match, just bumping and selling and stumbling and being groggy and just the ultimate, heel getting his ass beat by, the overly powerful babyface. And that's exactly what it is here. It is so good. We get into the ring, and again, this is where just overbooking supreme. Stevie Richards comes in and tries to hit a Stevie kick on Gordy. He blocks it. Raven hits a low blow. He gets some barbed wire involved, tries to use that, but just eats a huge lariat from Gordy and gets put in the Oriental Spike, which is Gordy's finish. Crowd again losing their minds. Stevie and Nova interfere. And Tommy Dreamer comes for the save and runs in and takes both of them out. Primetime Brian Lee, who Tommy Dreamer is feuding with at the time, proceeds to come out and choke slam Tommy Dreamer, which was a running thing that Brian Lee would just constantly hit Tommy Dreamer with this choke slam, generally off, high levels through bunches of tables, but here was just a normal one in the ring. We get a standoff between Terry Gordy and Brian Lee, where Terry Gordy actually hits a powerbomb on Brian Lee, which was wild. Lee is a big guy too. If you're unfamiliar with him, you know, if you were a WWF fan in the 90s, he was the fake Undertaker in 1994. He had a run in TNA and the Disciples of the New Church as well, but again, just a big, you know, Undertaker kind of looking guy. He was in the Disciples of Apocalypse. I believe he was Chains. So, you know, Brian Lee got around in the 90s and early 2000s. So Gordy takes him out with a powerbomb. The crowd is losing their minds. He takes Raven into the corner and pounds his head off the turnbuckle, but with barbed wire there, and the barbed wire is all caught in Raven's hair. The referee tries to get in there. Gordy throws the referee off. And that allows a quick Stevie kick from Stevie Richards, Raven to hit the even flow, and it's enough to keep Terry Gordy down for 3, and Raven just squeaks out with his title. The match itself only goes about 5 minutes, but it's heated, it's so much fun, it's great to see Gordy in this environment. Raven is amazing, the crowd is super hot, the Dreamer interference comes off great, the Gordy and Brian Lee, you know, standoff comes off great, but where this match really picks up to is in the post-match. So after that, you know, Terry Gordy gets pinned, Tommy Dreamer's back in there brawling with Raven. Brian Lee gets back in there, he chokeslams Tommy Dreamer again. That brings out the Sandman, who starts taking everybody out with this Singapore cane. And before he can get Raven, who has, you know, barbed wire all caught in his hair at this point for quite the visual, the Sandman's ex-wife, Lori Fullington, also known as Peaches, and the Sandman's son, Tyler Fullington, they come out dressed like Raven. They're in leather and denim, and they stand in front of Raven, and this leads to the iconic line from young Tyler of, "Daddy, you're a drunk, I worship Raven now." You know, if you haven't seen the Raven and Sandman feud, you need to check it all out. Just powerful stuff at the time, absolutely groundbreaking to involve a kid like that in such a, you know, a hardcore, extreme, you know, adult-centered atmosphere. So the Sandman starts crying, again, super unusual for him because he's that, you know, drunk, hardcore icon. While all of this is going down, Raven starts lipping off to Tommy Dreamer about how, you know, he wasn't able to get Beulah pregnant because there was, you know, the infamous pregnancy angle with Beulah too. While all that's happening, Beulah gets fired up and challenges Peaches to a cat fight. For whatever reason, the Blue Meanie comes out, who is in his Blue Dust character, which would end up getting translated into the WWF a couple years later. But he comes out, you know, all painted blue, starts doing the Blue Dust thing. Kimona Wanalea, who was involved in a lesbian relationship with Beulah at the time, hits a low blow on the Meanie. Beulah hits a DDT on him, and that leads to "She's Hardcore" chants directed at Beulah, officially really cementing her face turn because she had been a heel with Raven. You know, the whole thing came out, you know, with her and Tommy, that she may have been pregnant with Tommy's baby. So that started her, but here, you know, she hit the DDT, the crowd fully embraced her, you know, with the "She's Hardcore" chants, you know, much like the "He's Hardcore" chants they used to give Tommy Dreamer. So again, there's so many moving pieces here. Everything is all over the place. The crowd is hot. It's crazy. It's all of these angles intertwined. The match itself is awesome. This is peak ECW for me. It is everything I love about ECW. This entire package only goes about 13 or 14 minutes, so you get so much jammed in here, and it's also just a wonderful, you know, if you haven't seen those, you know, mid-90s ECW arena shows, this is a perfect representation of just how great and how fun everything was there. I love this match unconditionally. I was so excited to talk to you guys about it today. Happy to include it on my list. You can catch it on the WWE Network. It might be on Peacock. Track down ECW with the original music if you can, especially for a match like this. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Wrestling50. Subscribe to the channel here on YouTube so that you never miss one of these videos. And you can join me again tomorrow as we continue to count down Pro Wrestling's Top 50. Top 50.